Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I am your host, Tom Dark, and in today's video, we have quite the story for you guys. The Tom Dark team has been hard at work gathering information about this, the Tom Dark news team, and the news is, well, it is shocking and it is surprising to say the least. Brace yourselves. So let's get into it. About a month ago, in early November, I posted a video titled Kaiwis Criticism Not Welcome, where I talked about a YouTuber who had been involved in misuse of the copyright system to silence a critic. The individuals involved there, some names you may recognize, were Omnia and Kaiwis, two people who were dating, and the latter of which had been the more egregious actor. Kaiwis went on to debate John Swan and miserably lose in a debate about copyright. So these are both community people, right? They're somewhat prominent names in their own little art community.
So I'm criticizing the people that are wrong.
To you.
Yeah. Yeah.
To you. They're correct to you.
And this sort of leads me back to what Omnia was saying on Twitter. I feel like the reason why these comments in particular were made is because she's basically playing damage control, but more recently a bigger controversy of much more serious grounds has come out about both of them, and I want to talk about it. So Kaiwis, after the whole drama, deleted his channel on YouTube and he began really spurging out on Twitter. Like every few days he would come back to cry about John Swan or cry about something related to the drama. He would say he's sorry, but he's not sorry, but he was wrong, but he was right, but everyone just ruined his life. It was a whole sort of dilemma in and of itself that people were picking apart and laughing at. But Omnia still had her channel with over 100,000 subscribers. And then out of nowhere, about a week ago, her channel disappeared, like it was just gone. And instantly everyone assumed that she deleted it because she didn't want to deal with the drama anymore. Maybe she felt that Kai had kind of ruined her reputation and she couldn't come back. Maybe she lost interest in YouTube and just wanted to step away from it. We didn't know why, but everyone thought that she was the one who had deleted her own channel. She had terminated her YouTube account. And then, just a few days ago, she came back to Twitter to make some big allegations about Kaiwis, who is now her ex-boyfriend. And really just the situation from there turned from some semi-serious internet drama to a situation where she is a victim and claims to have been abused physically at the hands of Kai. And I say that she claims this because with ongoing allegations like this, I think it's important to refrain from making definitive statements unless we've seen real solid proof beyond any benefit of the doubt, or at least enough proof for me to consider like, okay, it's reasonable. If Kai goes to jail for domestic abuse or something like that, I guess I'll just believe her because he has been arrested, but it's not for like hitting her or anything. It's because he violated an emergency protective order that she filed with the police. And so none of my unwillingness to completely say definitively that he did everything she accused him of is because I think Omnia is a liar. I haven't seen any evidence that she would lie. I haven't seen anything in the situation that leads me to think she's misleading people. It's more just to say that, I want to rely on the facts of the situation and what is being properly corroborated to a certain extent. So let's see what she had to say. She posted a very long thread on December 10th, just a few short days ago, with allegation after allegation about her former partner, saying the following. I'm going to put this out now because I have no idea what else to do other than make a public thread so that people know at least a little bit about what is going on with me right now, because I am not okay, nor will I be okay for a long time. Kaiwis and I broke up because he assaulted me in my own home, and since then I have sought out a protective order against him so that he could leave my apartment and I could feel more safe. Since then, he has also locked me out of my old Twitter account, which is why I'm here. I trusted him with all of my passwords because I loved him, and never in a million years did I think he would do what he is doing now. He has locked me out of my Gmail account that is associated with my YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure he deleted my channel as well. When I search up my name, videos I've made, or I try to access the link that is associated with my channel, nothing comes up. That is my livelihood, by the way. I rely on that to pay rent, provide for myself, and provide for my cat. Without YouTube, I cannot pay for shelter and food. He also stole multiple items of mine since he left, such as the iPad and Apple Pencil that I used to draw, my speaker, cat food, clothing, etc. This has all happened within the matter of a week. He assaulted me on Friday, December 3rd. I filed for an emergency protective order on the 8th. He left my apartment on the 8th, taking whatever he wanted that belonged to me in the process, and I just came to the realization that he has locked me out of my own Gmail and Twitter, deleted my YouTube channel, and I'm just sitting here wondering what I did to deserve any of this. I don't know who is going to read this, if anyone is going to read this, if it even matters. If Kai is going to try and find out the password to this account and silence me, I don't know. I genuinely don't know anymore. I don't know what I can do. But I figured I ought to try. If you're a viewer/creator who has talked to me, knows of me, has heard of me, or in any way wishes to help me get the word out and figure out what to do next, I would be endlessly appreciative. I have never been in a worse situation in my life, and I really need support. So, wow. Yeah, definitely some very heavy stuff. Holy shit. Quite the read indeed. And as soon as this thread came out, it basically became the talk of the town. Everyone wanted to discuss the situation. People like Tipster and John Swan immediately tweeted out their full-on support for her and basically just took all of these allegations as fact. They were like, wow, it's so crazy that Kai beat her, which is something that I wish didn't happen so soon. Like, okay, I get that Kai is not a likable person, but with situations like these, you know, especially with both of these guys being heavy into the whole, like, don't believe something without proper evidence, and by that I mean Tipster and John Swan, right? They're both people who have spoken out against false allegations or people pushing allegations without proper evidence. For them to both jump the gun on this at like the same exact time kind of shows a weak spot, I think, for them, where they just kind of both jumped on it without question. It's not a wise thing to do, especially as a public figure. You want to think through these situations. Now, Omnia did eventually post pictures to her Twitter of bruises that she claims Kai gave her. And given Kai's response to the situation, I'm willing to somewhat, you know, give her a little leeway, give her the benefit of the doubt because she appears genuine. So I'm more inclined to believe her than not. But going forward, I think people like John and Tip should not be so eager to own this guy that they instantly believe allegations like this. I don't know if they did this because they didn't like Kai beforehand and they were just like, okay, well, another opportunity to shit on him. I don't know if they just kind of read it and didn't think about it. It was like late at night, they were tired or something. They got some sleepy eyes. But yeah, they definitely should not have done that at all. From there, the situation only exploded more with people making videos about the whole situation between the two.
This situation started when a new Omnia account reached out to me with 2 followers at the time with the message, please help me. I looked at their account and they made some tweets claiming a lot of things against Kai that I will read to you now.
Everyone on Twitter was discussing it, seemingly. I got a bunch of DMs about it because even though the actual subject here is dark, people are curious about stuff like this, right? They want to know the story with everything that is going on. And word got back to Kai, of course, of the allegations that were made public, and he did respond, and I'm gonna be honest, he does look like a crazy person in all of these responses. Like, straight up, he looks like a maniac. Even more than before, though, if you can believe that. Like, he has really lost his marbles with this one. So I'm gonna read through all of it now. Omnia and I broke up 100%, but the damage done to her was damage done in self-defense. Falsely accusing your ex who did everything for you of assault is ridiculous. I don't know, like, from the bruises she had, I feel like she can't really be a victim of self-defense there. Unless there's some reality where, like, she was holding a gun to your face and she, I don't know, somehow didn't fire it when you approached her or something, and then, like, you beat the shit out of her so that she wouldn't shoot you. I don't really know. Like this doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to envision some scenario where this could possibly be the case, but it just doesn't seem that way. I wasn't there, so I can't know, but she doesn't seem particularly physically intimidating. It kind of looks like you went sicko mode on her, man. Before Omnia thought it would be best to report a young black man to the police, she has been sending me links for things she wanted me to pay for, all while planning on filing a protective order on me. Why does it always have to be about race with this guy? Is that like his only personality trait? Is that the only thing he can think of? A young black man. Bro, who gives a shit? Did you think that you acknowledging the fact that you are black would make everyone be like, oh, damn, fuck. Well, all right, you know? I mean, I thought he was a bad guy, but now I realize, I mean, Jesus, he is black. How can I condemn this guy? He's black, so, I mean, it's fine now. And also, I think that, like, you know, she can ask you to pay for things while also filing a protective order. You set these things up side by side as if they contradict each other, but they really don't at all. She could have wanted you to stay away from her because she feared for her physical safety, and she could have also wanted you to pay for some things that you didn't pay for. These aren't opposing, like, things. On the day she went to the police, she took the $400 Apple Watch that I paid for and lied about being at the location she was at. The phone number that she used to call the police is a cell phone line that I am paying for. All of the cat food and everything I took from the apartment were items I paid for. And unfortunately, the $180 AirPods I bought as well as the Apple Watch she is using to this day are still there. And I have to buy a replacement because she will not return them. It feels so weird reading this that he barely talked about the whole situation of him supposedly, like, you know, hitting her, abusing her physically. He just kind of skimmed over that and was like, well, she owes me money. I spent a lot of money on her. Don't you want to dispel, like, the clearly worse thing first? It seems a lot more egregious, seems a lot more of a pressing matter than he took some of my stuff. I feel like that happens in every, like, couple breakup where they move out. I feel like the thing you really want to address is the fact that she accused you of beating her. Don't you want to talk about that? She gave me 3 hours to leave the apartment, knowing that I lived an entire hour away from my family. And if she came home before I left, I would be arrested. The last thing she did before she attempted to ruin my life was hug me and tell me she wanted to set up an apartment with me. Omnia has always been manipulative and two-faced since the beginning of our relationship, and I saved all this in case this would happen. She would even talk about me with Thuman despite liking me. A lot of this is focused on the money side of things, but he also does criticize her a bit. He asks how she could speak to him nicely, despite claiming that she had just been abused by him. I mean, the obvious answer would probably be that she maybe didn't want to anger him and suffer from more of that, assuming that this was happening. This isn't a crazy thing to, like, like conjure up. It doesn't take a mad scientist to think of this. Any average person can think of any possible alternative to your explanation to this question you pose. It's like, oh, how could this happen? Well, there are a million ways it could happen. He said that the relationship ruined his mental health. He brings up the drama and says that she's the reason that he got the video taken down, which directly contradicts what he claimed before. So obviously, like no one's gonna believe him on this. He said that he contacted the bank to get paid back for the money he spent on her, which was very funny to see, because like that's not how banks work. You can't get refunded because you regret spending money on your ex-girlfriend. The guy seems to have a fundamental misunderstanding of consequences and like cause and effect, which is very weird because I don't think he's super young. He's in his 20s. I guess we could kind of tell that before, right? But from all of these tweets, I feel like I am peering into the psyche of someone who is mentally 5 years old. He also denies the allegation of the channel deletion, ending by saying, Nia also thought it would be a fantastic idea to brag about the matter to her friends IRL, thinking she really got me good. But now I'm to blame for your channel being gone, and because you can't get into your Twitter, I'm done taking the fall for you, Nia. Fuck off. I don't know why she would mention like the channel deletion thing is some kind of lie if he already like hit her, right? Or if she was claiming that he hit her. Like, I feel like the channel deletion thing is bad, but it doesn't necessarily make the physical abuse allegation worse, right? He frames this as if, like, you know, someone was trying to falsely accuse someone of something, and they're like, oh, he beat me, and he deleted my YouTube channel. Like, then those are not comparable. One would not make the other much worse. He goes on to make a bunch of other accusations like that she was stalking another YouTuber named Hopeless Peaches, his evidence of which is this very weird artwork that he claims she drew of Hopeless Peaches' character. I have this censored even though there's no direct nudity because it's just really weird to look at. I really don't like this image. It really gives me the heebie-jeebies, makes my skin crawl. After people asked some more questions, he claims that he never deleted the channel. He says he was never an abuser and simply defended himself to get his things back. There are so many fucking tweets that I could read about this shit. Like, I'm not Boblax. I'm not trying to torture myself like that. Go search for the rest on Twitter if you want to read all of them, but I just can't be fucked, okay? There's too many. I don't like this guy. But the most recent update from Omnia was her claiming that he violated the protective order she had filed with the police, and as a result, he was arrested.
Wait, hold on. We're just getting some breaking news on the air. According to chat, Omnia has said that Kai was arrested for breaking the protection order.
On Twitter?
According to chat, let me check if she said that.
According to chat.
No, she said that 4 minutes ago. Omnia on her official account, Nia XMINI, whatever the fuck that is. He got arrested for violating my protective order. Good night. 92 likes, 13 quote tweets, 20 retweets. It looks official.
That's terrible. True.
No, it's good. I hope.
Yeah, I know. Terrible for her that's happening. Because I don't know what that means if he showed up.
No, but like that means because she can't fucking get him arrested because of his tweets, right? So obviously, like something physically had to happen. Or am I wrong?
Or a protective order can mean that he either showed up. It can mean that maybe he refused to return some of her things. Maybe that might be part of a protective order. It's like her items, and he's like, I don't want to return this, so he gets arrested or something. It can mean multiple things. Maybe that he contacted her. Sometimes even just contacting someone is enough to get you arrested over protective order. If he just even like called her.
If he's truly an abuser, normally it's very hard for abusers to not violate a protection order, like,
right.
They have a natural need for control.
So at the very least, if there was some danger with her, then it's good to hear that that's pretty much neutralized. Overall, this entire thing kind of came out of nowhere. I've seen some people saying that they could have predicted it, right? They say things to the effect of, oh, well, I totally could tell that something like this could happen. It was so obvious because of the drama. No, you didn't. Shut up. Some drama about copyright infringement on YouTube between art community losers has nothing to do with this, and you had no prediction that any of this could happen. Go back inside of whatever strange wet hole you just crawled out of. It's really an ongoing story, so we'll have to see what happens as more information comes out from probably both sides. For now, it seems like everyone is just kind of taking Omnia's side, and I will say, you know, in terms of like being a publicist, Omnia is a lot more talented than Kai. Kai is not very good at it at all. If he's looking to maintain any like, you know, composure in the public eye or look like someone who can keep his story straight, he's not doing a very good job of that right now. For the more damning allegations, I know that some people are citing the bruises that she showed in images on Twitter as direct proof, and I guess you can believe that if you want. I'm not going to necessarily begrudge you for that. And I have no reason to accuse her of bruising herself or faking anything, really. Because, as I said earlier, like, she seems relatively consistent throughout the whole thing. But I will say that instead of jumping the gun and condemning Kai right away, I think everyone should take a little bit of a step back. Even though everyone seems eager to just write him off, give him a little bit of time to hopefully get a better statement out there. There have been situations in the past where people are falsely accused. There have been situations where some allegations are exaggerated, and the person on the receiving end was not good at outlining their thoughts and what happened to them at all. And as a result, they get shit on, when in reality, they could have been right. And I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm just trying to set up the idea that, like, proceed with caution. Don't take everything as, you know, complete fact at face value. Read into things a little bit. Do a little investigation, and try to think about things critically.
Hit her to get her off of me, and that would still line up with his self-defense story. So now it just sounds like he's lying.
So she's not a big girl. Like, she's like fucking, I mean.
Yeah, but when people get manic, I mean, but it doesn't sound like that's what happened. But realistically, if she was, it's completely possible that a man can be abused by a woman, but that doesn't really sound like what's going on.
Yeah, obviously, like, we've seen with Amber Heard and everything, but like.
While we do have some information about this and we have some claims, and one side seems more correct than the other, that I'll agree with, we don't have the full picture of everything. None of us were there at the end of the day. No one on Twitter was there. No one on YouTube was there. The only two people who truly know what happened were Omnia and Kai. If we get more evidence or Kai gets formally charged with something, then I guess I will be more willing to give credence to what Omnia is saying. And I'm trying really hard here not to shit on her or anything, because she could be, and in my eyes is very, very likely a victim of some of these things, and I don't want to shit on her or anything like that. And honestly, I feel bad for her, but I just want to say use caution with ongoing stories like this. Don't jump on it with the strongest possible take right away. Hopefully the guilty individual involved is brought to justice very soon, and hopefully Omnia can move on with her life. Thank you guys for watching this video all the way to the end. Be sure to leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.